Okay, so here we are with our reading for the Wednesday of Holy Week after Easter. This is the last one, according to the lectionary that I have here in front of me. I've been reading the Gospel accounts. So today we're going to read John 21, the first 14 verses. And, Jesus, he raised from the dead on Easter. He hung around for 40 days and answered questions and reinstated people. Saw lots of people saw him. He saw lots of people. So Easter is the first day of Easter is Easter Sunday. Then it's 40 days after that. Some people don't realize that, but yes, 40 days. So here we are. It's just Wednesday, but this is our last Easter reading for this year. I don't know why it stops on Wednesday. Maybe somebody could tell me that in the comments. John 21. It says, later, Jesus appeared again to the disciples beside the Sea of Galilee. Remember, they were told to go to Galilee and he would meet them there. So they're waiting for him. This is how it happened. Several of the disciples were there: Simon Peter, Thomas, nicknamed the twin, Nathanael from Cana in Galilee, the sons of Zebedee, and two other disciples. They're waiting, and Peter says, well, I'm going to go fishing. They said, well, I guess we'll go too. So they all went fishing. They got in the boat, but they didn't catch anything at all that night. At dawn, Jesus was standing on the beach. The disciples couldn't see who he was. He called out, brothers, have you caught any fish? No, they replied. Then he said, throw your net out on the right side of the boat and you'll get some. Which of course makes no sense, but this had happened before. This should remind them of something. So they did, and they couldn't haul in the net because there were so many fish in it. Then the disciple Jesus loved said to Peter, it's the Lord. A lot of people say the disciple whom Jesus loved is John. A lot of people say that. Maybe it was. I don't think it was, though. I think it was Lazarus, because if you read the Gospel of John, which is what we're reading, that's the one that Jesus calls the disciple. That's the one that the disciples call the disciple whom Jesus loved. Rabbi, the disciple that you love has fallen ill. And then they went, and it was Lazarus. Anyway, you can think what you want, but I like to think this is Lazarus. The disciple Jesus loved said to Peter, it's the Lord. When Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he put on his tunic, for he had stripped for work, like we all do, jumped into the water, and headed to shore. I'm sure it was perfectly normal and natural for fishermen to not have on all their heavy clothes and their robes and stuff. It's not easy to swim in a robe. You ever try to swim in a robe? I've never tried to swim in a robe. Seems like a bad idea. The others stayed in the boat, and they pulled the loaded net to the shore, for they were only about 100 yards from the shore. 100 yards is pretty far. That's a football field. It's a long way to swim. When they got there, they found breakfast waiting for them. Fish cooking over a charcoal fire. The last time a charcoal fire was mentioned, Peter was standing in the courtyard of the high priest, and there were people warming themselves around it. Remember that? And there was some bread. Fish and bread. Hey, bring some of that fish you just caught, Jesus said. So Simon Peter went aboard the boat that they was now apparently on shore, and dragged the net to the shore, and there were 153 large fish, yet the net had not torn. Now the significance of the 153 large fish, and I've done a lot of thinking about this, a lot of research. The significance of the 153 is that there were 153 large fish. That's how many fish there were. I don't think it means anything else. Now come and have some breakfast, Jesus said. None of the disciples dared to ask him, "Who are you?" because they knew it was the Lord. It's an odd line, isn't it? The post-resurrected Jesus, in his glorified, resurrected body, was the same but different. I think that's interesting. We will be the same but different. How old will we be? I don't know. I like to think we'll probably be around the age of 30 to 33 because that's the age Jesus was when he died and resurrected. But maybe we're just like that perfectly ideal version of ourselves that's just sort of ageless, like without corruption, fully mature, but without signs of age. Don't know. Don't matter. They knew it was the Lord. Then Jesus served them the bread and the fish. Again, Jesus serves. This was the third time that Jesus had appeared to his disciples since he had been raised from the dead. He's going to go on to restore Peter, forgive Peter, and remind Peter of what he's there to do. Which is to what? Feed my lambs. Take care of the church. Serve one another. Love one another. This is the word of the Lord. We'll see you later.